Foresight Fight, devlog number 35. Last time I got my showcase scenario rebuilt, as it says there, to a point where I can play it again. My progress was reset because of stuff I'm going to talk about in a moment. Anyway, so this kind of ended the story arc of working on the scenario editor. I'm pretty happy with it now. It's where it needs to be. There are parts of it I haven't really touched, like visual effects. I probably won't do that today because I have other things to talk about. Anyway, I wanted to do some work that was not to do with the level editor. So I went and tackled another big problem that I had that I knew I needed to do. And it turned out to be kind of a big thing, and it was about all I got done, but sort of cascaded onto a few other things. I'm noticing that I don't like not having a background behind this text. Also, it's just kind of there. Like, it doesn't tell you what it is. If you don't know it's a scenario name, you won't. There's lots of work to do on the screen. I think I know what I want to do with the text to fix the anti-aliasing and stuff. Like, the little thing on the eye looks particularly bad. But I haven't gotten to it yet. Anyway, so what I did get to, I wanted to implement gauntlets. So I've talked many times about what gauntlets are, but I haven't been able to show the actual concept because they just didn't really actually exist. File formats changed again and stuff, so I had to do some wizardry to get this to still survive, and all my other test scenarios and stuff have reset. So let's make a fresh copy of test scenario copy. Yeah, unfortunately we're going to work in here instead of the showcase scenario, just because this is where I know how to do things. Alright, so let's start with... I'm going to modify Encounter 1 to add a second battle to it, another of the same battle. And just because I want to, I'm going to add another space in the battlefield. Oh, excuse me? That's fascinating. Why did you do that? Huh. I cannot explain why that added a null tile instead of grass. When I tested this like a minute ago, it didn't. Okay, so got something weird going on there. Anyway, yeah, little editor bugs, things to fix. That's a very minor deal. I don't feel like messing with it right now, but anyway, that should have added a grass tile. But anyway, so we got another grass tile on there. So this test scenario gets saved here. So now if I go to this encounter we're familiar with, I get a, let's see, what does this normally look like? Start and rewards. So here I have a battles option. There's battle 1 and battle 2. This is just printed numbers. This doesn't show the battle identifier because that's not meant to be human readable. So I can't select this. So this is now a gauntlet. Got the gauntlet icon there. I think that icon drawing there is actually new. Maybe not. Anyway, so if I start here, I can either choose battle 1 to start, or I can say start, and it'll take me to where I'm supposed to be. So anyway, I haven't changed anything about the encounter setup here, so everything here is still as we know it. Let's do the normal actions and see what happens. So attack, attack, potion. So you kill the imp with 1 health remaining, and battle 1 of encounter 1 solved is now what's said here. Oh, right, point system. Yeah, that's another big system I'm going to have to put in at some point. I'll get to it. I have plans. It just hasn't happened yet. New solution saved. Okay, so now this solution was saved for battle 1 of encounter 1. If I say... So I can return to map. That works as normal. I can review battle. If I say next battle, that zooms to the side. Another one scrolls in from the side, and now I'm in battle 2. It looks the same as battle 1, pretty much. Warrior now. So this UI is very unfinished. There's a lot of stuff I need to do. If I look in my inventory... Oh, that's just that. You might notice it says 1 out of 1, 1 out of 1 here. So these items are actually equipped by the warrior who's not currently in the party. There's a little lock icon here, because essentially the way this works is, in a multi-battle gauntlet, once I have added a party member and assigned equipment to them, the point at which they join the encounter locks in the equipment that's assigned to them. So like narratively speaking, I guess, all of these encounters, all these battles take place one after the other with no time in between, so there is no time to swap equipment. So for Battle 2, not only is the warrior stuck with sword and potion equipped, I can't change that at all. If I try to, it just says no. Again, UI could use some work. Maybe I should, like, show some stuff there instead of just playing the boop sound. Also, I don't like that sound. It needs to be replaced. Audio is another big project. There are so many things to do here. So things I cannot change are equipment and resource levels. So you have only 1 health now because that's how you ended the previous battle in the Gauntlet. So if I try to do the normal thing here, I'm not going to get anywhere. I'll attack, sure, and take 2 health off, but then I just die because I have no resources here. So as far as I know, this as it's set up right now is impossible. So let's make some small changes and see what it will take to make it possible. Yeah, so things I can change. I can change who is in the battle. Like if I had another party member to bring, I could put them in instead of the warrior. Like say I had a second warrior who had full health, then I could just do the same thing as the first one and get it done. Except I couldn't because my first warrior is holding my sword and my potion and I can't take them off him. But let's make a small change here. And let's see how much of this is actually necessary. So I want the potion equipment to have multiple charges. Let's try 4 and see if that ends up being enough. Alright, so with 4 charges to the potion, right, so I can continue here, which will take me back to my in-progress setup for Battle 2. You can see the 1 health there. Or I could go back to Battle 1 and solve that a different way if I want. So starting with 6 health, unlocked equipment, I can actually change it. But I want to continue from Battle 2. This is the other way I can do that. And now that I changed the number of charges that potion gives, if I look here in ability, I have 3 left. So I can use this potion 3 more times. So having come out of there with 1 health, obviously the first actions I want to do are to heal up so that I can actually survive. So potion restores how much health? Increases health by 3. So that'll take you to 4 health, then you get attacked again, then it'll take you to 5 health. Yeah, you're only gaining 1 each time. If you use it 3 more times, this will take you to 6 health, and then start attacking. So I would need 1 more charge of the potion for this to be possible, right? So 1 charge of potion, get attacked, another charge of potion, get attacked, another charge of potion, full health, attempt to fight, but then you won't get to your next action because you die. Alright, so I actually think this is not necessarily still impossible. Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, okay, so I would need 1 more charge of potion for this to work. No, I would need more than that because you're stuck in, like, maintenance mode there. So if you would attempt... Hold on, okay, so let's sneak some attacks in here in between the potion uses. That actually, the order of this actually kind of doesn't make a difference. No matter what, you just run out of health at this turn, and I had full efficiency because no potion healing was ever wasted. So yeah, I can attack there and deplete its health a little bit. I can attack again and deplete its health a little bit, but the outcome is exactly the same. Alright, so then if I... Alright, so let's try this. So the gameplay idea with the Gauntlet is that if I see the situation I enter Battle 2 with, I might want to go back to Battle 1 and optimize it differently. So let's say I wanted to end this battle at full health. Instead, what I would do is... Let's see, so attack, potion, that means you'll be at 5. Attack, potion, or that's 2 potions. Then attack, let's see what that does. So So you're trying to heal up before going on. You only... Okay, yeah, so you potioned twice. So now that you have 3 health left. If I go to next battle, this has taken me to a new setup here. So what has happened invisibly, and unfortunately I don't have the UI to actually do anything with this yet, but what has happened there is there's now a new branch of... a new branch in the timeline. So there's the timeline where I ended with 1 health at battle 1, then I can go to battle 2 and continue from there. And there's the timeline where I ended with 3 health. Unfortunately, I don't have any UI for timeline switching right now. That's still to do. I just wasn't able to get to it in time. But now I'm on the timeline where I have 3 health left, and my potion has 1 charge left. I think I haven't changed anything. Like, the circumstance is really identical. Oh, it looks worse, doesn't it? Because I get you down to 4 health. That's what it was before, wasn't it? So with 1 more charge in the potion, could I do this? This is not the best example of how this is, but, I mean, you can understand what's happening at least. One of the very next things on my to-do list is to put together a scenario that sort of shows off this Gauntlet system a little better and makes some interesting puzzles out of it. Something that should be on my to-do list is making interesting puzzles at all in this game. I know I can, I just haven't yet. Okay, so if I do those actions, I'll still die. I think I need 1 more charge. Oh wait, okay, so I need to reorder those. So this needs to come before that. So you end up at 5 health, Imp has 6. So you get it down to 2. So basically every charge of potion gives you 1 more turn. Is how that ends up. Okay. In one of my tests I also made the potions stronger. Let's just add 1 more potion charge. Okay, yeah, so that's not an example of a situation where it really makes a difference how the circumstances of the first battle ended up for the second one. Status effects will also carry over. Let's see, I just need 1 more potion in here, and then you can get it done. Was that the right place to insert that? I think so. No, this didn't work. Why didn't this make a difference? Shouldn't it have? Right, because the potion only gains you 1. Yeah, okay. So anyway, this is what it takes for that warrior with that equipment to be able to get through 2 battles in a row. Like, it just takes so many turns to heal back up, and I'm losing health. Actually, that makes perfect sense, because I needed exactly 6 health to get the, let's see, I can probably simplify this action grid a whole bunch. If I just potion as my first action, then alternate for the rest of the battle. That's not right. I'm going to have to do 2 attacks in a row at some point, because this will still fail. Or 2 potions in a row, rather. Okay. Yeah, because basically using the potion action gains 1 health since the imp attacks me for 2 right afterwards. Yeah, that's a real bad potion. I should change that. Alright, here, let's put the 2 potions in a row, then an attack, and then loop from there. Okay, this will get it done. Yeah, it would take 6 more potions than the first battle to be able to get through here. So this makes sense. Anyway, I feel like I did a real bad demonstration of that. But here we go. You can actually... why are you on the potion action? Shouldn't you... I guess I need to potion twice, then attack twice? What is going on here? What turn was that? Potion attack. Potion. Potion. Okay, here we go. Yeah, just attack forever. That did not work. So you probably had 1 potion charge remaining. I guess I can find out. So you have 1 potion charge remaining. Yeah, you didn't use them all. Okay. Man, this is incredibly cumbersome. I don't like it. So I think you need 1 more iteration of that. Ugh. I can't see what's happening. So you're potioning now. You're just landing on the wrong... I mean, this is actually valuable exercise here. This is showing me how poor an experience this particular aspect of my game is right now. I'm glad I've experienced this. So making little battle grid tweaks like that. I had a thought that it might actually be useful to be able to input commands at the end of the battle here while keeping the battle state, just basically making a change to the action grid that would persist if you backed out of the screen and changed your setup, but there's no reason you would have to back all the way out of this and start the battle over entirely, just for an action that would only affect the very end. But I don't know exactly how actions are going to end up being input for this in the final version. Not like this. That's one thing I do know. Anyway, finally, I managed to get that done. That was cumbersome. But, so now the entire encounter is solved, and I get the rewards for it. So if I go back to the map here, that unlocks, and let's also go... Did I already do this? I don't think I did. So encounter 2. Let's add another battle to this. Let's make it battle 1, and let's make that come before battle 2. So we'll see a little bit more variance here. So now if I go to encounter 2, you see 1 imp there in the encounter preview. 2 battles. So I'm going to start here. So now I have, this is the reason I added a second battlefield tile here. Would the mage be able to get this done? I think he might be able to. Okay, let's try, there are a few ways I could do this. So if I bring mage, he can take 1 imp hit before dying, but if you just kill the imp before that happens... I don't think you can, because that only does 3 damage. No. Okay, so no. Remove from party. Ooh, I'm curious about something. Okay, no equipment here. Nothing assigned. Okay, so removing a champion from the party who does not have locked equipment does still unequip them. Okay, so... the way I think I ended up getting this situation done was, of course, the standard thing here. We know how this plays out. I'm just going to end, go to next battle. So warriors here with 1 health. I should show something to show that you have saved state there in this menu. I guess you see it here with the lock on the equipment slots. I should show it here too, though. Just some kind of marker that, hey, this champion was in the previous battle, so you have fewer options for how to configure them than before. So here's a situation where it matters when I use the potion, so check this out. I can't win this battle now, I think. So you have the potion still equipped, of course, that can't go anywhere. Even if you potion yourself first turn, you will still die, because that'll only heal 3, then you'll take 4 damage. Okay, yeah, so you just want to survive and potion yourself forever. Mage wants to use the fire spell to get something done. But this won't work, right? Unless mage can absorb enough hits? There's no way that's going to happen. Also, it's going to take 4 fire spells to get all the way through here, so I need a warrior protecting me the entire time. Okay, so I think this is a situation where this gauntlet is resolvable, but I have to end the previous battle differently for that to be possible. So here this is more meaningful. All right, yeah, so in this timeline, I have 1 heart, and how many potion charges? That's in here, 6 potion charges remaining. So I'm going to go back to Battle 1, reconfigure this to, instead of ending with 1 health, let's see, it takes 4 attacks to kill the imp. So I'm going to gain 1, 2, 3 more health here before dealing the killing blow. All right, and let's see where that puts me. So I get down to 1, you're down to 2, so you're 1 hit away from dying. That gets me to 2, that gets me to 3, that gets me to full, yeah, so I can't do another one of those without wasting healing. Okay. So I commit to the end of the battle, great. Yeah, I got a problem. I have to waste healing, just because you're taking 4 damage, and you need to have at least 5 to survive. Okay, so we're wasting healing either way. So yeah, I'm in a new timeline here. You have 4, number of potion charges is 3. That might be enough to get this done. So all you want to do is potion yourself forever. So having ended that previous battle with more health, you will have the time to actually use the potion charges that you have. Okay, I'm having some fun here, making some deductions. The flow of this is far from perfect, but it's a good start. So yeah, you have no interest in dealing damage. I just need to absorb... How many hits? 6 hits? Total, across the party, for enough fire spells to go out and kill these, right? Let's see if this gets it done. I actually do not know. So that's 1 fire. You survive that turn, you'll survive the next turn. I think I will die just before the imps go down. However, with some different fire targeting to reduce the number of targets, I might be able to get this done just fine. I think I know exactly how to do that. So check it out. I think I have a solvable gauntlet state, but I think my battle setup for battle 2 is insufficient. Okay, so yeah, while there are a lot of rough edges to smooth out, I am showing myself that this... Okay, yeah, so this action does protect mage from 1 imp hit, because you will die 1 turn later because of that action. This actually gets it done. Never mind. This is solvable. I got more fire spells off than I thought. Okay, great. Great, great, great. Okay, cool. Encounter 2 is solved. Alright. And this whole time, I'm of course just playing around with like what parameters I put in the editor to make that encounter solvable. Just so that I know where the boundaries are. I mean, that's probably going to end up being kind of the flow of how I create scenarios. Because, like, from the editor, it's a little hard to judge what situations are going to be possible and which are not. If I have a solution in mind, then I can work toward that solution, but, like, I don't know, there are multiple ways to approach this problem. And also, this encounter preview shows the latest battle here that's unlocked. So now I see the one with 2 imps, because that's the second one. Anyway, so that's where gauntlets are. That wasn't the best demo of what's cool about them, but I think it got the concepts across. I definitely need to get timeline switching in, because, like, I try one approach, go to battle 2, decide that's no good. Try a different approach, go to battle 2, decide, oh, that's worse. Then I want to go back to battle 1 and try my first approach again, but I would have to re-input all the... Well, I guess one way I could do this... Ooh, this... Oh, what's this going to do? Is this going to crash? That took me to battle 1 with that solution, which is the one that ends with 1 health. If I go here... So this is a solution to battle 1. This is a solution to battle 1. I'm not differentiating these because these are per battle. This is a solution to battle 1 that ends with 4 health, I think. Oops. But now if I go here, is it going to attempt to apply this solution to battle 1, or will it take me to battle 2? It took me to battle 2, so it knows. It knows which battle the solution applies to, so I'm just not labeling it. Okay. What I think, okay, I'm now realizing that I think the way to do this would be use the standard menu like I have for single battle encounters. So, you know, if I solved this, I would get a solutions item in here. But have the battles menu come first. Basically, I open this to, okay, yeah, so just not even have the battles menu. So this expands to the battles that are in the encounter immediately. Then each one of those has its own start, rewards, and solutions. Well, I guess I would only show rewards for the final one. Reasonable. For everything that's not the first one, I don't know, I might draw out like a branching timeline graph, maybe. I don't know if that's necessary. Internally, the way this works is that each encounter, each gauntlet state has a solution ID of the thing that led there, and each solution has a solution ID of the thing that led there if it's in a hierarchy. So just by keeping the parent ID of the solution, I know how I got there, basically. I can walk back up the tree to where the configuration started at the first battle. This works for any number of battles here. I think I have a limit. I don't remember what the limit is. Probably set it to like 16 or something. Anyway, yeah, okay. So like the UI for all of that is still kind of an open question, but with this basic little hierarchical menu system I have set up, I think I know how I want the hierarchy now. So yeah, for first one, it would just have start and solutions. If it's first and not last. If it's not first and not last, it would have start, change timeline, and solutions if there are solutions. For the last one, it would have... Okay, yeah, so in order not to worry about the continue option, which I guess is gone now that I've solved those, if I had backed out to the... I think I did this at one point. If here, I can do this easily. I go here, I reset this. That has a hold to confirm now. Oh, also this changed a little bit. I could talk about why that is, but it's not interesting, honestly. There's a character limit now for scenario names, and UI limit stress test, UI limit stress test, UI limit stress test, UI limit stress test was beyond that character limit. So I just chose a very wide character instead to stay within the now 64 character limit. So right, what I was showing was if I start here and do all this stuff, just do the quick way that I know to do this, and I return to map. Now what I have is a continue option, so that'll just take me straight to the latest battle I can reach with the latest timeline. So the most recently added solution for the most recent, the deepest in battle in here. But I can also manually select from there. But yeah, I guess the continue option goes away when you're done, because you don't need to continue, you're done. But yeah, to simulate that in this new thing I'm describing, when I pop up the battles menu, I can just have the cursor default to the latest unlocked one. You can point at the others, but latest unlocked one is probably where you want to go. Okay, I think I like that. Sure, so that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, yeah, so in order to implement this, this kind of ended up intertwining with a couple of other things. Some technical stuff that I think is probably not too interesting to talk about. So just briefly, champions all have an instance ID, which was one way and now it's another way. So instance ID is the number of a unique identifier for, if I have like two mages in the party like this, instance ID determines that like it is mage 1 who I placed on the battlefield here, and not mage 2. So if I place mage 2 instead, and I go here, oh, I think I actually changed this. This now just repositions there, because I don't need to pop open another menu for that. That's what this icon means, reposition. Those used to be globally unique, so like if this was 2 mages in the party versus a mage, an enemy mage, then you would see like mage 1, mage 2, mage 3 here. I can actually do a thing. This will be easy. Let's just temporarily actually make that situation. So I'm going to take puzzle 1, make a copy, puzzle 1 copy, sure, that's fine. Map appearance, P1C. There's a character limit to these two. If I try to do 4 characters, input too long, 4 is greater than 3. Ooh, I do not like that color. Also, the formatting is not the most friendly, but it's you can tell what it's saying. I'm happy enough with it. This requires a different battle. Okay, so I'll take battle 5, copy, battle 5-1, sure, whatever. Enemies, remove giant, add mage. Doesn't matter what you do. Puzzle 1 copy now uses... Ooh, that's weird. I know why that is, but it's not the most intuitive. Like, I click battle 5 to click battle 5, and then I can change what it is. It's consistent with the rest of the UI. It doesn't look great, though. Anyway, so if I go back here, I now have P1C that's placed itself in the top left. So here is mage. Mage, it's the only one that's here. Oh, this probably isn't going to fit in the thing. This is why UI limit scenario exists. So when I add my mage 1 from here, now we got player mage and enemy mage. So that's how those are described instead of mage 1, mage 2. And if I were to add, oh, this reverses depending on who. Yeah, okay, so both of those reverse. So you can see the graphic flipping that I apply to the enemy champions. So if I add mage 2, so now we got player mage 1, player mage 2, enemy mage. And if there was another enemy mage, you'd have enemy mage 1, enemy mage 2. Anyway, yeah, so all of that is just like this and this, which don't fit in the box. I'll do something about that eventually. This is very, very old UI. This has barely changed since the first time I showed this game. Yeah, that's due for an update. Anyway, so this is the instance ID. So it's 1 here, 1 here, 2 here. Instead of like being 1, 2, 3, it's 1, 2, 1. That's kind of like an internal detail of how things are tracked, but that was very important to the Gauntlet project. Ooh, that's weird. I'm going right, right, up, right, right, up. I don't know if that's... I think that's accurate, kind of. It's a little weird. Why doesn't right from here go there? Now it does. Because I last highlighted this in this column. So left, right, that makes sense. Up, up, right, right. Okay. So if my input that leaves this column was not a left-right, I should not remember the vertical position of what was in that column. So from here, up, right, right should go there. Okay, that's a thing for me to change. I feel like I'm getting so sidetracked here. Anyway, having champion instance ID be stable and consistent across the entire scenario, well, really just within multiple battles in an encounter, but it was good to have it, it had to be entire scenario, was important for saving solutions and being able to apply stuff like it is warrior, well, if I had multiple warriors, it'd be warrior 1 whose equipment is locked, but then you would have a warrior 2 you could add that had different equipment assigned or was like free-floating. The idea here is like, narratively speaking, if you want to talk about narrative, the entire party comes to the encounter all at once, gears up for it. With that gearing, takes on the first battle, takes on the second battle, does however many waves, all one after the other with no time in between. But like, stepping back from the narrative, being able to place different champions into combat in a subsequent battle who were not there in the first one just basically means that you're editing the timeline such that in battle preparation, when the entire party, like everybody, whether they're in the particular battle or not, was preparing, they put on whatever equipment you've decided at Battle 2 or Battle 3 that champion whoever was not in Battle 1 is wearing. Anyway, yeah, so I'm trying to go with the friendliest thing where you can input anything that's legal, and if the timeline can resolve to it, it will. So anyway, yeah, I just needed a stable way to refer to individual champions, even if they were of the same type there. So that was one of the things that slowed me down. Another thing was that my save system was not very good before. It used to be that every single one of... Why did continue take me here? Did I reset my progress? Yeah, I must have. No, it took me to Battle 2. Oh, I need a marker here. I need to know, I should not only print battle number, but also like encounter. Yeah, I should say where I am on this screen, because those two battles look identical. There's nothing on this screen right now that I can look at without going into a menu and digging all the way in here and seeing this lock icon to know this is battle 2. And like if I had 3 identical ones, I still would have to dig deeper. There's plenty of room down here. I can just print the, or like here, that's a good spot, right above the start battle button. I'll print the encounter name and battle number here, so I know where I am. Okay, so I could put it up here and like nudge everything down. That's another option. I'll see what looks better. Where was I at? If I'm in here... I don't know. Anyway, I think I said everything I needed to say there. Right, so save system, that's what it was. So every one of these, when I save a setup, used to be... So yeah, I got that set up with warrior doing nothing here. Now, oops. Now I'm going to have them do this, and I'll save this setup. I can restore this, and now you're back to just those actions. I can... Oh, it's interesting, this is still showing when my cursor is completely off the battlefield and somewhere else entirely. It's convenient right now for comparing these, but I'm not sure it's correct. Wait, and why is it even... I guess it just defaults to the first party member if... Oh right, I only have you in this meta timeline. Huh. But if I have no party members, it doesn't show me the enemy. I wonder if that was an intentional choice on my part, or if I... Well, now it's not showing it. Oh yeah, we got a UI bug happening here. This does not know what should be showing at any given time. It becomes sticky when I open that menu. That's right. I have a thing for that, and I guess I don't reset the stickiness when I close the menu. Okay, well that prompts me to rethink how this works in general. Game development is complicated. Anyway, yeah, so it used to be that each one of these saved a separate file on disk. I always hated that, but was never really sure what to do about it because there's a variable number of these. I don't think I currently enforce a limit. I probably should. Per battle, you should only be able to save, like, I don't know how many of these you're realistically going to need. Like, something like 16 should be enough. Let's set it to whatever fits on the screen here. That'll be like 14 or so. 13 maybe? Somewhere around there. That'll be plenty. You don't need more save slots than that. I could make it unlimited, though. But unlimited things are complicated. Anyway, so also there was one file per scenario that saved stuff like, I've looked at this encounter, so this little triangle comes up. I have not looked at this. I've gone in here and resolved the first battle, so like overall scenario progress. So each scenario had one file there. 2 problems with that. Bunch of files on disk. Just keeps on growing as the number of scenarios grows. But also the other problem was I wanted to have different player profiles so that if I want to switch to a context here where where like I don't have any progress through this scenario. If I want to have the experience of unlocking everything again without necessarily losing my original save, I want to be able to do that. Or, you know, in this rare situation where multiple people are sharing a computer with the same file system, it probably could still happen. So anyway, other big feature I worked on, just sort of as part of Gauntlets, because it had to happen, was there's player profiles now. This is the default name when I just start up with no one here. So hi, it's me. I can also change my identifier if I want to. I don't, sure, why not? I'm Alex, that's me. And this is a file, a binary file that's not human readable, which I can just, yeah, here's alex.player here on the desktop. Let's see what it looks like. Why not? I'm going to open something that can do a hex dump. And let's see what's in here. So it's a file bundle. That's a file bundle signature. This is for stem. This is for file bundle. And there's a bunch of binary data in here and a little bit of JSON. Showcase scenario rebuilt, solution, test scenario. What is all this? Oh, there is. No, right. This is file bundle header. So this is saying where things are in there. This is JSON data of. Yeah, okay. So this is where what would have been on disk for circuit scenario rebuilt solution. What would have been on disk for my showcase scenario overall progress is now here in this big JSON dump. Then together with that, somewhere in here, this is very unreadable. I could unpack the file bundle, but I don't feel like it. Ooh, these are formatted human readable. They should not be for saving here. Like these are all like spaces and tabs and stuff. Okay. And I can also just write these out in binary instead of JSON. Might as well if I'm going the step of packing them into a file bundle. Anyway, yeah. So that file, the idea is just this is a package of my progress under this player profile that I can back up. I can take to another computer, etc. I could import that if I want to. Let's see if I import that. What does it do exactly? It says identifier Alex matches an existing player, Alex Diener. So this is identifier, this is human readable name. Just in case there are multiple... Like human readable names are allowed to overlap. Identifiers are not. Yeah, identifiers are not allowed to overlap. So this is how I determine that the thing I'm importing, even if I were to rename myself, I'm the second version of me, and import this. It had that display name, but it still has this old identifier. Now I could change my identifier, and then that wouldn't come up anymore. Whoa. Oh no, it doesn't work. Two theories. Either something is cached wrong, or I'm actually overwriting this file when I rename myself here. I know how that circumstance could occur. Is that what I've done? I would like to know. Where is HXD? I closed it. What's my name? So info is here. Info says identifier Alex2. Yeah, I'm overwriting this file. Oops. Yeah, okay, so that's just a matter of after I import, I failed to change the file path reference to what I ended up writing to. This is going to be app data, roaming, Foresight Fight save. Yeah, so Foresight Fight scenario is where the scenario files are kept. This is the thing I just copied today. This is the rebuilt scenario we've been working on. So here in Foresight Fight save, this still says name not set.player, but oh yeah, it not only didn't change the file path here, but didn't even copy that in. Well, it didn't copy it in because it didn't change the file path. Check it out. I'm going to fix this. I can fix this problem right now. All right, let's fix a bug. Got to have at least one of those per devlog. So this is in... That'll be scenario scope. screen. No. Preferences screen. Import player profile, overwrite, no, after confirmation. So here, right, so if you are overwriting, wait, so when I imported, maybe it's the export that's doing this. It's the export. The export set my file path to this. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, okay, I know what happened. Oh, geez, these, right, those don't exist anymore. Sorry. Got files open that I shouldn't have had open. Oops, yeah, that's fine, whatever. We're not working on that, not working on that. Yeah, okay, so here's what happens. Player profile, here's a new source file. Let me show you my source code. Player profile has various functions for manipulating it, querying what's in there, saving solution data to memory, and then it has write file and load file. There's this remember file path boolean here. So when I call this from preferences screen, I'm sure I set that to false. Yes. Because what I want to do here inside player profile keeps track of its own file path, so I can just call, oh, I can't just call player profile write file. I guess I have to dig it out of there and pass it to write file. That's a decision that I made. But anyway, so if file path is remembered, then what I loaded that profile from becomes the location that it writes to when I save again. I want that to be true if at startup I'm loading profiles from this directory where they're kept internally. I want it to be false when I'm importing something from disk. So the other place where I load those profiles is probably in main.c or maybe game session. There is no player profile load file in this file. File. Game session. Right, so player profile load file from the file path, which is in the Foresight Fight save subdirectory, etc., from a directory list here. Oh dear, this is reminding me about another thing I need to do. Lots of unfinished work here. Anyway, so it sets this to true, so therefore when I save the file again, it will have remembered that file path and we'll use it to write to that location. But not only that, I also edit the file path on oh yeah, this was another little rabbit hole. So atomic file writes. I wanted this to be very stable so that writing the file couldn't corrupt it. Unfortunately, I can do that on Linux just fine. I can do it on a Mac just fine. Doing it on Windows seems much less possible. So on Windows, saves are less safe. Like if you lose power at exactly the right time when writing out a profile, you might lose all your save data until I figure out an atomic way to do that. Anyway, so when I write the file, if the file path has changed, I do a pointer compare there, which actually I can get away with. Great. I copy the string. So what's happening is here in preferences screen, I'm calling player profile write file. I'm going to save this change and make it in player profile.c. When I export, and then it's saying, this is where the player profile lives now. I'm going to write to this location when I update that, for example, when I go and rename myself to try to make demonstrate the thing I was demonstrating. So all I want to do is pass false here, and then everywhere else that player profile write file is called, which I think is only going to be game session, I want to pass true, because that's supposed to be saving it to the internal directory. So here in player profile.c, I need a remember file path boolean here, and Only if that's true do I want to overwrite the file path. Okay, so I'm going to make... This will take a moment because it's Windows. I wish that moment were shorter. I could have invoked that command a different way that would be faster. Why don't I always just do that? Well, reasons. I have my reasons. But someday this will make... Anyway, yeah, so I have... Now when I load the game, I'm only going to have one profile, even though I had imported a second one, because it didn't manage to actually save that to this directory. So we'll have whoever name.set.player was... Dude. Alright. Spawn 16 threads. Use as many CPU cores as you can. Get this done. Why are you not doing it? And I can't see what it's doing here. Someday I should fix this. It only ends up bothering me while I'm recording one of these videos. Okay, I modified playerprofile.h, which had cascading effects because many files include something that includes that. So it has to recompile most of my source files because of the change to the function signature here. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to reload this. I can go back to full screen mode, but currently I choose not to. So here's me, this name, and this identifier. Okay, so this is Alex Diener, import alex.player. There we go. Alex Diener 2, Alex 2. Okay, so that's separate now. If I import that again, so I have the options to overwrite. I think this will have, yeah, this is a hold to confirm. Ooh, did that? That totally played that sound double. I heard that at double volume. Yeah, that's double volume. Okay, got a double volume sound playing there. That's fine. I can do this in full screen. The file dialog will pop up right and everything. It's in a weird place, but it works. So if I import as copy instead, then that makes a copy of this and uniques the identifier. Right, another rabbit hole was it's surprisingly complicated to generate a unique identifier and a unique display name under a maximum character limit without doing any infinite loops and while intelligently choosing, like, okay, so if I see that there's a copy there and I import again, like from here, it would try to make Alex Diener 2 copy again. But it needs to look at the list of things and say, well, that already exists, so I need to append a number here. And then, like, if I did this again, import as copy, sure, it does that. So that number will keep increasing. But then, let's say I delete that, and import again. It's going to know to fill that hole. It puts it in a funny order, because this is the most recently imported one. I think I can reorder this here, and it does absolutely nothing other than this menu. When I start the game again, this will be in a different order. But yeah, so there was a little bit more to that than I was hoping there was. Anyway, yeah, so I have player profiles here. There are a whole bunch of me here. This one has progress and test scenario copy, right? A little bit, yeah. So I've resolved a battle. I'm going to make a new player profile. Your name is going to be enter name. Sure, why not? And then I'll go in here, and I have no progress saved. It even saves stuff like, let's say, enter name actually wanted to play test scenario, the not copy. So here's test scenario. I've looked at that now, so that's seen. Then if I go in here and switch back to me, now we're back on test scenario copy with the progress there. And if I go over to test scenario, I have no progress. I have not seen this encounter. So yeah, that all works. The UI is bad. Some things are not implemented. I wanted to be able to look at what scenario progress is in here just to be able to reset from this screen instead of... It's always bothered me that it's here on this screen that you reset this stuff. Right, then as a hold to confirm. Like this whole screen needs to be redone. I'm getting closer. This is one step along that path. But anyway, yeah, so in here I'm going to be able to reset individual scenario progress or all progress if you really want to, with the appropriate warnings and everything. But yeah, you can also just change to a different player. Bunch of internal changes had to be made for that to be possible, including the way that everything is stored. So yeah, everything is all stored in just a single file per player now, which is a lot cleaner on disk, but does give a single point of failure, which is why I did stuff with like atomic file writing and things like that to try to keep it as safe as I can with the single file. Anyway, sure. So that's what I was up to. It's not like the most interesting to look at, but at least we got to see the general flow of gauntlets here. So my goal for myself for next time is to make a whole new scenario whose purpose is for testing out... Maybe this doesn't need to be a whole new scenario. Maybe this is the point at which I reconfigure and extend this test scenario into something better. Or maybe I should do the showcase. I don't know. Anyway, have some scenario where I can actually demonstrate an interesting flow of Gauntlet encounters. More than what I was able to show here, just from minor modifications to what I already had around. And I'm looking at this text, and there's a thing I really want to do with it, so maybe I'll get that done. We'll see what happens. All right, yeah, but it feels great to be able to be building out the gameplay features that I knew I needed here, and seeing what implications that has, instead of just being stuck in the scenario editor forever. We'll come back here. We will, at some point, be extending the showcase scenario to fulfill its purpose. But there's some other stuff that needs to be done first. All right, I'll see you next time with whatever I have in 3 more weeks.